Imagine a tiny island in the Caribbean called Canouan, 1925. That's where John Compton was born. Raised by his mother, a single woman full of quiet strength, she called him her lion. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. From a young age, John had that spark, running barefoot on the beach, fearless, ambitious, already dreaming bigger than the horizon. As a teenager, John's uncle took him to St. Lucia. Leaving his mother was hard, but she told him, "Shine bright, my lion. Even when I'm not there, carry your courage." John did just that. In St. Lucia, he attended St. Mary's College, absorbing lessons in discipline and leadership while most other kids were just trying to pass exams. But school alone wasn't enough, he wanted the world. So he set off to Curacao, working in the oil fields. Harsh conditions, heavy labor, fire, and smoke everywhere. Most people would have quit in a week. John? He thrived. Every barrel rolled and every flame faced was preparing him for the battles ahead. From Curacao, he journeyed to England to study law at the London School of Economics. When he was called to the bar in 1951, he didn't celebrate with champagne. Instead, he stared at a map of the Caribbean and whispered, "St. Lucia. I'm coming for you." Returning home in the 1950s, John quickly became a man of the people. In 1954, he ran for office and won. Farmers and workers saw someone who truly understood them. But his heroism wasn't going to be quiet. In 1957, sugar workers marched for fair wages. At the gates of the factory, the plantation owner emerged, revolver in hand, threatening the crowd. Fear spread like wildfire. And then John stepped forward. Calmly, he drew his own gun. The standoff was tense, hundreds of lives on the line. He said, "If you shoot, you'll have to shoot me first." No shots were fired. The owner eventually lowered his weapon. Police arrived and arrested John, and though he was fined and convicted of disturbing the peace, the people cheered his name. He had walked into danger and walked out a hero. By 1964, John had left the Labour Party and formed the United Workers' Party, a new force built on courage, integrity, and the fight for independence. His leadership led St. Lucia through its critical years. On February 22, 1979, St. Lucia became independent, and John Compton became its first prime minister. His story didn't end there. Months after independence, he lost an election. But John never gave up. He returned in 1982, leading the nation for over a decade. He retired, returned again, and at 80 years old, won another election, proving that courage and determination never age. In 2007, after suffering strokes and illness, the Lion of St. Lucia passed away. The nation mourned, his ashes were spread in the Trumas River, and his legacy continued through his children, who became leaders, artists, and chefs. John Compton's life was a story of courage, persistence, and heroism. From a small boy on a tiny island to the man who helped shape a nation, he truly was the Lion of St. Lucia.